Howdy gamers, Old Gamer Guy here. Welcome to another Dawn of Man video. Welcome back to Mobarf, and most importantly, welcome to the Iron Age. Getting into the Iron Age unlocked iron smelting, which is required for iron mine, deep iron mine, a banner, bloomery, blacksmith, steel making, iron spear, iron knife, iron axe, iron pick, iron sickle, iron sword, and stockpiling iron, and then also making oval shields. Then we have these categories all cost 12 knowledge points, and we have deep mining, which is required for a deep iron mine, staddle stones required for a staddle granary, hydropower required for a water mill, reinforced fortifications required for a reinforced gate, reinforced platform, and a guard tower. Baking is required for an oven, and complex megalithism is required for a cairn. Then for 20 points we have steel making, and that is required for a steel spear, steel knife, steel axe, steel pick, steel sickle, steel sword, and stockpiling sickle. Stockpiling sickle? No, stockpiling steel. So without further ado, let's get into the Iron Age. As you can probably guess from the title of the video, the Iron Age did not go well for Mobarf, and in fact it was sort of a foreshadowing of future events when raiders attacked almost immediately, and they attacked during a storm. All of this very symbolic, very much a foreshadowing of the fate of Mobarf. I've got a gate there that's still broken from the last attack. It has not been repaired. And on top of that, I fail right here because I don't close the other gates in time. And I think 3 raiders actually make it inside before I come to my senses and actually close this gate. We don't lose too many people here. There's not too much damage, but it is sort of indicative of where this age is going. It doesn't end well for Mobarf, as you will see. But in this first battle, we are victorious. We do repel the raider attack with the help of one of our good dogs right there. And there was much rejoicing. And we had high hopes at this time. I started building an expansion to Mobarf, extending our wall, creating a little bit more space to put in roundhouses. And I did the same thing back this way. More space for houses, more space for storage, whatever. We had a little extra space anyway, so I put a couple of roundhouses right here. You can tell I was really agonizing over the placement. It's very important to properly place the house. Here's a look at our milestones, and you can see I've gotten most of them. I have 2 at the bottom left to unlock, producing 20 units of steel and getting 150 people and building a cairn. Speaking of steel, I am right here. I am building a blacksmith and also a bloomery, which is a structure that allows you to smelt iron and steel. But while I'm doing that, the raiders attack again. Swimming across the river. The alarm has been sounded. The people of Mobarf leaping into defensive positions. ready to bravely defend Mobarf. And this time I have the presence of mind to actually shut the gate, although some citizens get stuck outside, which sucks for them. And the raiders actually managed to break through the wall. They don't do too much damage beyond that, though, and we are once again victorious. But you can tell that the raiders are stronger than they were. And apparently I am dumber than I was because I failed to learn this lesson. And so here I am scheduling all of my watchtowers, all of my defensive platforms, and all of my gates to be upgraded at the same time, which means they are all dismantled at the same time. Really stupid. I can't believe I did not learn this lesson. But I finally realized that I needed iron to reinforce those structures. I did not have enough iron, so here I am rebuilding all of the regular structures like they were, which was a huge waste of time and resources, but we did manage to get it done before the next attack, so that's good. And we've started building some more roundhouses in our new space over here. So all in all, we are still hopeful, even though the raiders keep attacking. I don't have any watchtowers along that wall, but we do have a line of defensive platforms, which is pretty cool. As you will see, our people are able to mount a very good defense here. But the raiders do manage to break through the wall. But they don't do much damage beyond that, and this battle goes pretty well, all in all. We just have to repair that wall there. But at this point, we are still very hopeful that we will be able to get through the Iron Age eventually. Even though we'll suffer some casualties, we'll be all right. And so here I have at least temporarily learned my lesson, and I am only upgrading 3 of my watchtowers into guard towers. I figure I'll be able to get this done, and then after the next attack, I'll upgrade some more. And then eventually upgrade the platforms and upgrade the gates. Probably the gates first. But we are feeling so good about ourselves that we have decided to put up a banner. I thought maybe I could put it on the wall, but it will not allow you to do that. So I'm going to put it outside this gate and show off our superiority to the rest of the world. Surely the raiders will not be provoked by such a display. And food started to become a problem, so I'm building an oven which will allow us to bake more bread. And I thought that would help with the food problem, but it really didn't. I did get a knowledge point out of it though, so that's cool. Unfortunately, the raiders smelled the freshly baking bread, which, as we all know, smells really good. And it has caused them to attack again. This time they are approaching a part of Mobarf that has very little defensive capability, which is of course my fault. I thought that the raiders kind of prioritized attacking the gates, but apparently not. This was a very smart maneuver on their part. or maybe it was just entirely random. I don't know. Either way, it's costly for the people of Mobarf. The raiders have the high ground, and there aren't even very many people over here defending, which is kind of weird. I don't know if that's maybe the defenders tend to gather around the watchtowers. I don't know how that works. Or maybe the watchtowers give them extra information about where the enemies are. Either way, the raiders get in and do quite a bit of damage. And our people are understandably unhappy. You can see the sad faces all around. Who can blame them? This is a dark day in Mobarf. Once again, a very cinematic and symbolic storm was going on when this attack began. And then the rain stopped. And we eventually managed to win the battle, but look how far the raiders get into the town. They fight their way into Mobarf, a pretty disturbing distance here. And the battle goes on and on. And in the middle of all that, 3 new humans have joined the settlement. Look at that. The battle is still going on. It is still not over. Somewhere there is a raider. Where is he? The people are not celebrating. There he is. There's a raider over here fighting 2 of my people. He kills one. Another one is kind of casually strolling up behind him. Takes a couple of swings and then just walks away. I guess he's just too tired to deal with it all. I don't know. But that's it. The battle is finally over, and once again we are victorious, but it was a costly, costly battle. We're down to 73 people. But here we are building a water mill. We have the technology to build a water mill. This will help us to process grain. Once again, I thought this might help with our food problem, but it really didn't. But once again, we got a knowledge point out of it. The raiders were unimpressed by our accumulation of knowledge points, and they just kept attacking. But really at this point, I thought, you know, we're losing people here and there, we're taking damage, but then we repair it, and then they attack again, and I just kind of thought that it would keep going this way, and we would eventually make it through all of the basic the milestones that I needed to get through. Even though every once in a while the raiders do get inside. But our people fight valiantly, and we end up winning yet another battle. I think at this point I have all of my guard towers, or all of my watchtowers upgraded to guard towers. Look at this raider. He runs way into the town just to kill this guy. And then he kind of strolls back over where he came in. Just trying to be nonchalant, blend in. But eventually there is justice. And there is much rejoicing as we begin to clean up the dead bodies and repair the damage. You can tell that I'm skeptical about the battle being over because I leave the alarm going for quite a while. And who can blame me, because the raiders just keep coming back for more. This time they were seen very far away from Mobarf, once again approaching through a very cinematic and symbolic storm. It was a very stormy age for Mobarf in every sense of the word. There was food shortages, there was disease, there was hypothermia, and of course the raiders. And they're coming back over this way. This time though we have better defenses. And once again we lose a few people and we lose some structures that we'll have to rebuild, but once again we are victorious. We're at 101 citizens right now out of a possible 135. And remember, I'm trying to get to 150 for that final milestone, but I don't think we ever got beyond 115. But still, I thought we would get through the age and everything would be okay eventually. Now, you can't, it's hard to see, but I have a couple of my defensive platforms have been upgraded into reinforced platforms. They can hold more people and they can take more damage. But once again, the raiders bust through the wall, they do some damage, they kill a few people. But the people of Mobarf managed to win another battle. Now at this point we're at 93 people and I'm still feeling pretty good about things. But the fortunes of Mobarf are about to take a big turn for the worst. And I actually sped up time here. I actually reloaded my save several times and tried to make adjustments to keep this from happening. But look in the upper left-hand corner. You can see we're down to 18 people because of disease and starvation and hypothermia mainly. This is after that raider attack, and things just went south. And then when people started dying, that made our workload too high. So now we're at a 404% workload. Too many jobs to do. I tried to, like I said, I tried to reload my save and shut down certain jobs and make life easier for the people of Mobarf so they could rebound. But I reloaded 3 or 4 times and I couldn't do it. So I finally decided to let it go ahead and play out. And eventually, here we are with 20 people. And this is the final raider attack. This is going to be quite horrific. You may want to tell your children to leave the room, or at least cover their eyes. They might get nightmares. The raiders approach in their characteristic casual manner, and they pause briefly to chill in our field over here, and then they attack. And it takes them almost no time to get through the gate, take down our towers. The towers on the other side, where they normally attack, they still haven't been rebuilt after the last battle. So that if they had attacked over there, they would have gotten in even faster. But look, you can see they aren't even really going after the people. They're just breaking things. Oh, killing our dogs. Busting through our gates. They don't appear to be attacking the houses. I guess they plan to live in them. But here they go, taking out our last few people. And there's the last guy right there, I think. And that's it. All the adults are dead. I failed to build a viable settlement. Don't be disappointed. This is part of the learning experience. You can try a different play style. So that's it for Mobarf. So, yeah, like I said, I reloaded my save. Tried different things. Couldn't do it. You can see that I got, I think, 8 of the 10 milestones. I have unlocked the Northlands. I have not unlocked Ancient Warriors. There are also these challenges, but I'm not sure if they give you milestones or not. But that's it for Dawn of Man for now. That was the lifespan of Mobarf. It was a terrible ending, but it was a fun playthrough. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, thanks for watching.